God, thank you so much for Daniel and Lindsey and the way they have literally impacted every single one of our lives. I ask that, God, you just bless their marriage. Let their eyes be on you, God. Restore brightness to their eyes and continue to finish the work that you've already began in them.
Lindsey, you've always been the Charlotte York to my Carrie Bradshaw. I would not be who I am today without your love and support, and you have mine eternally. I've known Lindsey for what feels like forever, but I've known Daniel long enough to know that he is the one for Lindsey.
You know, Daniel, I didn't need to worry a bit. The more I get to know you, you're one of the most genuinely nice people I've ever met. The more time I spend with you, the more I grow attached to you. I literally couldn't have handpicked a better person for my son-in-law.
Daniel, I know that we don't open up or talk about our feelings very much, but I want you to know that I do love you very much, and I couldn't be happier for you and Lindsey or prouder of the man that you've become. Lindsey, the man you've chosen to be your husband, is one of the most loving, loyal people that I know.
Daniel, I can remember the moment I first met you. I didn't know that God had placed you in my life at that moment for an amazing purpose. Over these last few years, you've become my best friend, my confidant, and my stronghold. I used to be so unsure of everything, but you're the one thing in this life that I'm absolutely sure of.
Walk into a room, it lightens up, right? You see how bright this room is? Like, she's brighter, right? So I think like you do that to Daniel in his life, and you do that to everyone else that's around you. So I've known Daniel since 6th grade. He was my very first friend. And he's been a day one to me, from the struggle bus of 6th grade, the glow up, of everything in between. He's been an authentic friend through and through.
You know, I met Daniel the day I moved in with him, and I think 5 minutes later I met Lindsey, and I don't think I've seen Daniel without Lindsey since then. Daniel is the most social butterfly I've ever seen. I don't think he was ever a caterpillar. I think he came out a butterfly. I joke, but it's really a gift you have, just strangers you just have long conversations with, and they feel like your best friend. And Lindsey, you may not be as outgoing as Daniel, but you're just as empathetic. You're super intelligent. You guys just balance each other so well.
I can't thank God enough for the friendship that he gave me with Lindsey. She's extremely encouraging, caring, and one of the most genuine people I've ever met. Lindsey and Daniel love each other so unconditionally, and they always want to be together, which is one of the ways I knew that I loved Andrew. Their faith in the Lord is so strong, and I know that they'll raise their kids to be the same way.
The love that y'all share is very, very strong. And the unity that God has brought together, I'm really so happy that he brought y'all together, and just feel so blessed to have Lindsey be a part of our family.
Lindsey, this one's a little rough. I'm struggling a lot with the fact that you could possibly be old enough to be here. I remember letting you fall and hitting your tooth on the coffee table. I remember taking you to baseball games and just watching you run all over the place while your brother played baseball. I really struggle to think of you as anything but my little girl. But you have grown up, and you've grown up into an incredibly wonderful person. Your mom and I, there's no way we could be more proud of you. You are, without a doubt, the most beautiful bride that I've ever seen. Just know that no matter what happens or how old you get, you will always be my little girl. I will always do anything in the world for you, and I'll give you anything you need.
When I first met Lindsey, I knew she was different. In her speech, in her actions, I could tell her and Daniel were a perfect match.
I feel like I was just going through pictures the other day and thinking to myself how much of a blessing it's been to be able to watch you grow and become the beautiful, caring, intelligent person that you are today.
So Lindsey and Daniel, I know you guys love each other very much. I can see it. I know that every time I see you guys that you make each other happy. There's not one thing in the world I can think of that I would want more for my kids than to be happy.
From the moment I met you, you drew me in with your smile, your humor, and your wit. You can make a whole room laugh and gravitate to you like no one else I've ever met. I know that I loved you after you were there for me and my family when my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. I've never been more scared in my entire life, and you supported me and taught me to turn my fears to God in a way that I had never done before. I don't know what I did to deserve you or your love, but I promise to spend every day of the rest of my life thanking God for it. You're the most kind, generous, and loving person I've ever met, and I'm so incredibly proud to call you mine. I promise to follow you wherever it is that God may lead you, because I know it's where He wants our family to go. I promise to support you in all of your dreams and to do whatever I can to help you become everything you're meant to be. I promise to love your family unconditionally as if they are my own, because they are. I promise to be the best mother that I can be to our future children and to help you guide our family in God's word. And lastly, I promise to love you fiercely and unequivocally for the rest of my life.
Lindsey, from the moment we met, when I was a donut and you were a cat, we immediately had chemistry that brought us together as friends. We had a special kind of love that I believe is only experienced with the partner that God puts in your life. You were an answer to my prayers, and I know you were an answer to my family's prayers as well. I fell in love with your capacity to care for others, your wit, your selflessness, your servant heart, but more than anything, I fell in love with your overall personality. You've made me a better person. You've pushed me to try to achieve my full potential, and you have always been there for me when I needed you the most. You are who I want to be with for the rest of my life and on into forever.
Daniel, I know every guy dreams of the day those doors open and his bride walks down the aisle. That day has come, and Lindsey is the woman God has for you forever. Marriage is more than just a legal contract. It is a promise to each other to love, to encourage, to listen, to serve, and forgive one another for the glory of God. Daniel and Lindsey, having made these vows in the presence of God and these witnesses, as a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ, Daniel and Lindsey, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss your bride.